In today's video, let's see how a former corporate recruiter resurrected a 67-year-old laundromat with a laundry service powered by local moms. All right, it is a blustery, beautiful day in Weatherford, Texas. I'm here with Megan at Westside Washateria and the Laundry Ladies. Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for coming.
Well, we can't wait to learn more about what you've created here over the last short 9 months.
Yes.
But maybe just start by telling us a little bit about you and what you were doing before you jumped into the laundry scene.
Awesome. My name is Megan Wilson. I'm 41. I have been a recruiter and headhunter, primarily in the hospitality industry for 20 plus years. I drove past this laundromat about 9 or 10 months ago, almost a year really, and fell in love with it. We had almost opened one in 2022, actually on this street, several miles down, but it never worked out. The building was full of mold and didn't happen. Yeah.
So what had you looking for a laundromat in the first place? Obviously, very successful career in recruiting. There's no shortage of opportunities to continue doing that. What had you thinking about entrepreneurship?
I've always loved entrepreneurship. I've always thought, I would love to own a business of my own ever since I was even a kid. But a laundromat kind of serves as a sense of community. People can come in there, they get to know people, and I feel like it's an entire experience. And that's kind of what got us into starting one. There wasn't one on that side of town. So
it's a simple part of filling a need and being part of the community.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit more about the mechanics. It's one thing to drive by and notice it.
Yes.
It's another thing to be owning it.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that part of the journey.
Okay, so driving by, obviously, lots of people have known about this place. It's been here since 1959, but trying to get it out there, marketed. When we bought it, we found out it was only 3 days from foreclosure. So
my goodness.
8 working washers and 5 working dryers whenever we closed. Whenever we got closed on the deal. And so we had to retool it pretty quickly. That was the only way it was going to be able to remain a laundromat. The previous owners had really invested in a lot of the cosmetic updates as far as fans and paint and stuff, but hadn't done anything with the machines. And we had machines in here as old as 1961.
Yeah, I noticed that. We're going to take a look at some of those vintage laundromat museum items that we'll just get a big kick out of seeing those. But obviously it takes an investment, right?
Yes.
And so, obviously we run into that a lot where the prior owner, for whatever number of reasons, maybe isn't in a position to do that, but you saw it as an opportunity coming in on the front end.
Yes, I did. I saw it as this place just needs a big hug. And that's pretty much what we've done. And even our customers, sometimes we hug them. But yeah, it just needed a hug. A laundry service was very, very much like, it was clearly a possibility out of here. They'd never had a wash, dry, fold. We don't have anything in the market like that. And so whenever we came in and the sales were so low, in order to not bleed money, we started our wash, dry, fold.
Yeah, and in terms of, it's almost like a laundromat rescue, right?
Yes.
3 days from foreclosure. And for the self-service customers, they rely on this place.
Yes.
So they really needed someone to come in and give it some love and make sure that it could continue operating. And we're going to talk some more about the Laundry Ladies and the delivery service that you've created and drop-off service, because it's such a cool part of the story. What does your day-to-day look like?
We work all the time. Since we bought it, it has been 12-hour days, almost 7 days a week. Not many breaks. It's very rewarding. It's very fun, but there's a lot of sacrifices we've had to make, my husband and I, just as far as scheduling and kids events and being able to be there and just be as extended as we used to be. We really can't be, but it is all worth it. And, I feel like if you keep pushing the wheel hard enough, eventually it might roll on its own.
I think your second 9 months might be a little different than the first 9 months.
Yeah.
After you've taken all the, the sweat equity and the investment to bring things up to speed. I understand from our chat a little bit earlier that you've already got your mind on store number 2. I got to ask you, what does the next location look like?
So the next location, it's only about 11 or 12 miles from here. We had a group come to us really wanting to open a laundromat, but they love what we do. And there has never been a laundromat from here all the way down to Granbury, downtown Granbury. And there's just a huge need there. So I'm super excited to grow our laundromat presence, but also the wash, dry, fold, be able to expand that territory and be able to handle more.
All right, so Megan, sort of on first glance from a guy from Chicago, I drive around and where are all the people?
Yes.
But then I saw a bunch of apartments. I saw a bunch of neighborhoods cropping up. So this kind of strikes me as a growing part of the Metroplex here. So what can you tell us a little bit more about the demographics and where we're standing and what makes this a good location?
So this place has been a laundromat since 1959, so it has been successful, but I don't think it has ever been this successful. But this part of the neighborhood is really growing, but there's apartments everywhere you look kind of around here that do not have washers and dryers. They're super, super old, 70s, 80s build out. So we have a lot of those people, but also back into these neighborhoods, a lot of these homes don't have washers and dryers either. We have a lot of customers complain about their water prices, so they just come and do laundry here. And some people just want someone to talk to too.
Yeah, that's that sense of community. They
Yeah.
can do laundry at home by themselves, or they can get it done here with a smile and a hello, and frankly, bigger machines to get it done faster.
We actually have a growing community of moms that come here maybe one day a week, and they can get all their week of laundry knocked out in 2 or 3 hours, and they feel safe, and there's fun music playing, and there's friendly people, and such a huge range of different type of people. So
yeah, and again, I'm sure you get people thanking you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for see that experience a lot, and that's really what we're selling in this industry is that speed and convenience, and it's a chore. People want to get it done faster and more efficiently, and you've put them in a position to do that. So with that opener, you mind showing us inside a little bit?
I would love to.
Great.
Yes.
All right, Megan, let's take a look inside.
Thank you.
It's a lot to see.
It's windy.
And so before we get any further in, and we're going to do the full tour here. This is cozy. It's a little snug. What is the square footage we have here?
Our building's 1,500 square feet, but I think that the actual square footage of the laundromat is 1,000.
About 1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about equipment count and washers and dryers and so forth?
We've got 26 washers currently, and we've got 22 dryers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're pumping out a lot of laundry in this in this space. I can see that.
We had about 2,000 pounds today.
Okay, so we're just going to kind of take a loop around and just pick out some things to talk about. So
awesome.
We'll start to my right.
Okay.
And we have some shiny new Dexter washers here, and I'm guessing that was part of your retool 9 months ago. So tell us a little bit about the sizes that you have here and kind of what your approach was to the retooling.
All right. So we have 12 20-pound Dexters. They're T300s. They are front loaders, very, very efficient, very sturdy. I expect them to last me 20 years.
Okay, and they're the workhorse for you at this point.
Yep. We added spider wash, so we accept cards on all of our newer machines.
Okay. So imagine the clients before were a little bit more accustomed to the quarters only. So
our old change machine only accepted 1s and 5s.
Oh my goodness!
It was so crazy. Yes. So we had to get a new change machine as well.
So what has the adoption been like for customers with having more ways to pay now?
Oh my gosh, so much better. Yeah, we get such a huge following from all out because nobody else around here accepts cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a differentiator. Not just new equipment, but more ways to pay.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Good. Well, let's take a little walk down this way.
Perfect.
I see some larger dryers in our future here. Imagine these are the largest of your
these are
your dryers. So tell us about what we have here.
Yes, so these are our 50-pound dryers. They're stacks from Dexter as well. We didn't get those with the original retool. We actually added those afterwards because the 75-pound older ones, once they were moved, they never worked again. So bummer.
Well, that's best laid plans.
Yes,
right? You start a retool project, you never know what that full investment is going to be like until you start operating. But they're looking good, and they're all busy here.
They're amazing. So, I absolutely love these. They're gas power. They also have spider wash, and they hold up to 50 pounds of laundry.
Okay.
Very
reliable. Are you vending those on a full cycle basis, or a certain number of minutes, or how do you set up the pricing for these?
We do 50 cents for 8 minutes on these. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't just do 4. For some reason, I think it had to do with the system. But
well, multi-load start probably makes, or multi-coin start probably makes sense for dryers of this size.
Yes.
So okay, we've got a little rectangle here, so we can start.
We have our bulkhead here in the middle. Yes. We have our 60-pound and 40-pound washers. There are front loaders here.
Okay.
Yep. These hold 6 loads. These hold 4 loads each. We're kind of limited on our big machines, I think, compared to a lot of other laundromats, but we really needed to be able to save some space. So,
but you've got, so you got the 20s, the 40s, and the 60s.
Yeah.
So customers do have some variety.
Yes.
As well as your laundry ladies.
Yes. Yes.
And we'll talk some more about how that kind of coexists.
Love that.
And down on this side, imagine this is
yes, we kept all of our top loaders. We sure did.
So those were here with the store originally when it came to you.
Yeah, these were the newest units that were in the laundromat whenever we bought it. We kept our Speed Queens, these top loaders, because so many customers do beg us to have at least a few agitators available. So we've kept them so far. When they go out, I will not replace them. Probably.
Yeah, I think that's a typical sort of strategy with that. But in the meantime, they've got 4 different sizes. Even though we've got a little more than 1,000 square feet here to work with, you've given them 4 choices. Kind of walk right past that utility sink. Is that getting a lot of use from customers, or is that more your team using that?
Yeah. Well, we use it to wash our hands. Everybody has it there to wash their hands, but it's kind of stain treating. So we kind of want to have a spot available where someone, if they need to utilize bleach, there's cleaning materials down there as well. So, if you need to bleach something, if you need to scrub it something, we've even got a hand vintage washer in case somebody just needs to hand wash something. Yeah, and it actually gets used
I've said for really
every
tough
few
stains,
days. Yes.
nothing wrong with going old fashioned.
Yes, or like let's say sometimes someone forgets to put a couple socks in the washer. I'm like, hand wash it, and they get it out and they do it. It works. It's neat. It's neat.
Yeah, you're making full use of all the square footage.
Yeah.
So as we take a few steps forward here, we're going to start getting into the real secret here is the drop off and delivery business. So I guess as we start heading this direction, we've got some space where you had equipment that got repurposed for storage.
Yes.
Because you found, now I should ask, did you find almost immediately that there was this pent up need for wash, dry, fold and drop off laundry?
Yes, and honestly, whenever I bought this place, it was in such poor shape. It was more of a business decision. Hey, you know what I don't need in order to start a wash, dry, fold business? I actually don't need to own a laundromat. So I started the laundromat right as soon as the laundry service, right as soon as we went under contract, and I was sure I could do it. It actually let me familiarize myself with the clientele here, kind of do some due diligence, but hands-on in the laundromat, and I just started utilizing it like a customer would.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and we are seeing more people that are getting a jump on things by starting a delivery service first and then working their way into the laundry. You just happened to buy the laundromat where you were processing those loads, so that's very, very cool.
Right, so that's when we started it, when I knew we were going to buy it and knew it was going to happen. I was like, hey, you know what? I don't need to own this place and I can be in there a lot. So we just kind of started it. I started marketing, created a logo, created a Facebook page, and started creating some targeted ads and sharing it all over on my own, you know.
Well, I think when I walked in the door, I think you said you just had 1,000 pounds that just showed up.
Yes.
And some horse blankets.
Yes, yeah, they keep coming. It keeps coming. But yeah, it was a very busy day today.
I see you've got a lot of friends here working. The same t-shirt on, Laundry Lady.
Yeah, these are my employees.
Give us the whole scoop. How did that come about? How does it work? And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. Mondays and Tuesdays are really crazy. We sometimes staff 4 to 5 people. We have venues, we have Airbnbs, but a lot of times people just, need a start. We also offer a subscription product. So there are about 50 families right now, 54, that we do laundry for. We pick up and deliver. It's same day service. So
same day.
Weekly recurring, and they choose what size they want by how many pounds they want us to wash per week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Okay, and then so how did this team come together and how did the branding come together?
I told you I was a recruiter. Yes, so I'm pretty dang good at strategy and hiring. Yeah, so we have a team of 12 currently, and we do laundry all day, every day.
Wow,
yeah,
it's amazing.
So these are
the women from the community.
Yes,
that you're able to reach out
I
to
did not know any one of these people before we came here.
And you've got plenty of laundry for them to work on. So I want to talk some more about some of those accounts, but we have some very eye-catching
yes, we've painted them.
lockers here. So tell us how that came together.
Okay, so the lockers, really a lot of people, we had linemen here, we had pipeline guys, we had people building those data centers and stuff like that need strange hours for pickup and drop off. So we created this. We did not get the very expensive ones that you have to pay for every month. We just created a system to where if they place the order for lockers, we text them the code to the lock. And so it provides 24 hours pickup or drop off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's worth noting. I missed that at the top. That's 24-hour location. Now, had it always been 24-hour?
No, they would close at midnight, open at 5 a.m. every single day. But our insurance wasn't 24 hours and we didn't want to be locking it. So we're going to get a very expensive lock, but since it's a low crime area, they let us just change the hours. It didn't affect our insurance very much. So.
Okay. All right. And are you finding that you're seeing a lot of self-service business in the overnight hours?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it never wasn't busy overnight last night. No.
Okay.
So many of them are regulars that it really doesn't make me nervous. It almost makes me feel like there's people kind of watching out for us all the time.
Well, yeah, your regulars tend to take care of the place.
Yes,
and,
they do. Yeah.
They appreciate the opportunity to come in and do laundry when they need to and when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So so again, 9 months in, self-service, dire need that you filled.
Yeah.
Obviously the delivery and drop-off business. So how would you say that splitting out revenue-wise? Is that a 50-50? Is it a
So I like
70-30?
for them to compete. I like to compete with each other.
Okay.
I like to try to have a race each week, even every week. And so completely honest, Wash Dry Fold beat the Laundromat by about 4,000 last month, which was a pretty big gap. It was our biggest gap ever, but I'm not sure what'll happen this month because the Laundromat has had a few record weeks. So
it's always a good problem to have, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's another record week.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I'm like, guys, we broke another record. It's kind of a regular thing around here.
Well, and with your crew, up to 12 ladies doing laundry with you, how have you approached the training? Because obviously Wash, Dry, Fold and commercial accounts, the training is a big part of it. Were you sort of a laundry guru before you came here? Like, how have you, because
I wasn't really a laundry guru, but I am a business kind of guru, and I like operations, and I feel like I've been in that for a long time. But the training part has been an ever-evolving moving. Well, because the business model changes too. You know, we have a new route starting today, and that will, you know, that'll be a different thing to train everybody on. So I would just say I approach all training with patience.
Yes. Well, I mean, in the small commercial business, you literally don't know what's going to come in.
Yes.
And it may
It's
need,
true.
all right, we need to create a procedure around this. We chatted a little bit about the horse blankets
Yes.
that came in a few minutes ago.
Yes.
So consistency is a big, big part of that. And what is your approach on the packaging in terms of returning the laundry back to the clients? And I
Yes.
imagine it's different for residential versus some of the commercial
Some of it
clients.
is, yeah. Some of the commercial need it differently. She was just doing commercial there. I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know if you saw it. Yes, okay. So
Nice big bundle came
yeah,
by.
So we suck all the air out, and we want to make sure that when we return it, because a lot of times it'll be outside or, you know, possibly exposed to the elements, that we have it airtight. So even though for like our subscriptions and some of our clients that have regular orders that have for months, and we provide the laundry bags, even though those are for the most part weatherproof, we always want to, you know, safeguard it with another plastic bag, completely waterproof and weatherproof. Especially if it like got thrown, you want it to be able to
Well,
stay
you know, I
folded.
mean,
Yeah.
you put a lot of effort into getting it clean, and
Yes.
they're spending the money to get it clean. So
Yes, exactly. It's
it only
so important.
makes
Yeah.
sense to do that.
Yeah, the quality of our work is absolutely the most important. We try to, you know, provide uncompromising customer service. We try to create a culture of yes.
So following up on that, if we're talking about your laundry ladies, I mean, what are the top 2 or 3 sort of traits you're looking for? Again, you've got
Yes.
massive experience
Yes.
in
And you
recruiting
don't have to
and,
be a
and
lady.
finding the right people.
You don't have to be a lady. We have a couple guys that drive on the payroll, and also we have. I mean, if I found a guy that was good at laundry, you better believe he'll be in a laundry laddie shirt, you know, or something. We thought
Part of the expansion,
had
the
a few
new
ideas.
swag, we'll
yes,
say.
yes,
the
yes.
Laundry lad.
Yeah, so it's not all just ladies, but
Yeah.
what I look for is personality, somebody that has really good attention to detail and that cares for people, you know, people that aren't afraid to talk and like offer help. That's a huge deal for me. So
Yeah, well, I mean, laundry is an intimate thing. I mean,
Yes.
it's, people take it personally
Yes.
as they should, and so they want someone caring for it.
absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense. Well,
Yeah.
right behind us here, we've got another dryer wall. Here are these 45s? Or
These are 30s.
Oh, these are 30s.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. We've got 730 stacks here. Also Dexter's. I'll take speed. I'll take Fighter Wash as well. Card payment, and they're super reliable. They're amazing.
Okay. And I see that April has laundry in this
Yes.
basket. So I love when we see the little magnets and placards. So
Yes.
that's, I guess, how you try to keep it all straight in here.
That's one of the different safeguards. We have about 10 different policies and procedures that we go through in order to make sure no laundry ever touches, no laundry ever gets lost, and that every item is always accounted for. So super important.
yeah,
That's the last
outstanding.
thing we would ever want.
Okay, well, let's kind of continue the loop here,
Okay.
because there are some machines here I do want to point out and talk about.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I've seen a lot as we've traveled through these stores, but these Hips originators must be original to
Yes.
the laundry.
Yes, it was. They're 1961s, and they still work.
Yep, and I see the knob, the green-walled knob on there for activation. And
Yes.
when I came in, I saw a gentleman using that
Yes.
that dryer. So
People beg us not to get rid of them. There are some people.
I imagine they're plenty hot.
They are really, really hot. Yes.
Given the vintage,
Yes, yes, very, very hot. People just put them on the hottest. People swear by them. I mean, they shrink my clothes.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely.
But any comforter, 20 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, again, I think it's just a way to just show how resourceful you've been, because when you
Yeah.
do take over a place that has maybe not been kept up,
Right.
you can't do everything all at once.
Right,
And
yes.
you really have to
Yes.
kind of salvage what you can, put everything to work
Yes.
to make the thing happen. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I did get a kick out of seeing these, because they are definitely vintage.
Yes.
Well, Megan, thanks so much for showing us around.
You're
A
welcome.
lot to see in a small space,
Thanks.
and all that you've done here. I did have a bunch of sort of follow-up questions I wanted to kind of walk us through. You mentioned store 2, or at least one that started construction today.
Yes.
That's slated to be store 2. I understand you've got some other prospects out there too. But one of the things I wanted to ask you a little bit more about is you mentioned putting in a flat work ironer. For me, like a little bit of that chicken or the egg kind of thing. I think
Yes.
it seems to me it always comes through, but maybe kind of walk us through a little bit of your thought process or some of your math around
Right.
making that part of the investment right from the beginning.
Yeah, so we have tons of inquiries about it. I've done a lot of research, and there really isn't a service kind of out west, further west than Fort Worth, that can accommodate commercial needs in that aspect. So I just feel like I know it could make it work. Very confident.
So for this flat work ironer, you're thinking tablecloths primarily, or
Yeah, tablecloths,
other
linens.
accounts, linens in general?
Yes.
So you mentioned Airbnbs as a valuable
Yes.
route that's getting rolling. So are those clients that are looking for press sheets, or are they looking for straight laundering, or is it a combination?
It's a combination. Yeah, it's really a combination of the house, the client. some people want everything absolutely perfect. And so it's definitely been a need. Lots of venues out here are needing that. Event rental companies are looking for that big time too. So
these are the wedding places,
yes,
graduation parties and so forth this time of year.
Yes, yeah, big time. There's been a lot of big graduation parties of 17 bedroom Airbnbs out here and stuff, to where people are just,
that's a lot of laundry.
it's crazy. Yeah, that's when we have to get the power washing.
For those that aren't familiar with this Airbnb category, can you maybe kind of help the folks, like a little bit of an anatomy of how those accounts work?
Yeah.
You know that they want quick turnaround time. They know that sometimes it's a property management company, sometimes it's a cleaning company vendor that's servicing with the property manager. So maybe give us a few examples of what you've come across in that segment.
So we provide different bags, either that or the Airbnb short-term rental owner provides their own bags sometimes, but a lot of times they like it separated out by bedroom, to where, kind of it's easy to remake it. We've had an increasing amount of requests for stripping the bed. So we've actually just today implemented a bed stripping feature too, to where we charge for bed that we actually have to
so your
take everything
drivers,
off of. Yes. Our drivers are not DoorDash drivers or anything. We employ them completely. They get paid really well, and we provide the vehicle too. So I just want to make sure consistency. We want the delivery to be just as good as the entire order, the entire process. But as far as Airbnb goes, there are some people own 30 of them. Some of them have rental companies. Some of them just have, single owners. But that is definitely a facet of our business that's growing tremendously. So we're still learning for sure about them.
Sure, word of mouth is fueling that, because I'm sure they were starving for someone that could really take care of them. So you mentioned by bedroom. Does that mean that you're doing some kitting on your side in terms of matching up linens and
yes, especially with our venues and whatnot, we have to send everything back packaged as a bedding set. And so we even have each of them's packaged separately with all of our venues. So here's a king set, here's a twin set, here's a medium. We bag them in different colors, bags, and even the different towels have to be separated out throughout the entire washing process.
And do you find that those clients are on a per pound basis or on a weekly pickup basis, or how do you think about the pricing on that?
So with our weekly pickup, it's a commercial account. If they have a weekly pickup, they get a better deal than anybody else. It's a tremendous discount, but we know the income's coming in. We can kind of schedule and plan for that type of laundry, that volume of an order coming in. And so, it's been good. Now we have another 2 Airbnbs that we're doing today that are not weekly. So they pay a little bit more. They're more on the $150 a pound. None of our Airbnbs are same day. So we always get them done next day because they are so discounted. So we work on those when we can. We're staffed 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So
you're getting a lot done in 12-hour shifts.
Yes.
I can see that from spending some time here and seeing your storage.
Yes, that fills up every day and that empties.
Yeah,
but today we even have a route that we haven't picked up yet, a few extra 100 pounds that we will go, and we're going to the venue, one of our venues today, and it's crazy.
And so any tips? I know you're 9 months in, but it sounds like you've become an expert on these commercial accounts. So 1 or 2 or 3 tips for our laundromat owners out there that are looking to add these commercial accounts to their mix.
I would say just be patient, be relentless, smile, treat people well, and, don't sell yourself short. Make sure you understand the math and, cost and the ROI and what that's going to be. But my biggest piece is, if you have a few bad weeks, just keep your head high, keep your head high and wait it out. Keep pushing, because, there are trends that we may never be able to explain, and sometimes it gets slow, but as long as you keep working.
Sometimes it shows up all at once.
Yes, exactly. Like today. Yes. So I think that's some good advice. But the commercial accounts, you just got to be relentless. Some people are under contract and they have to wait to get out, but I just keep communication open a lot. A lot of people have my cell phone number rather than the company number.
Well, the other thing I wanted to ask you about, I had the chance to visit with your distributor a few minutes ago, someone who I know as well. Maybe you could just chat a little bit about the role of the distributor, the importance of having someone that you can work with to make this all happen, especially at this pace.
Yes. So we have a good relationship. My rep, he is amazing. He's been hands-on throughout both of our installs, because we've had 2 installs now. We've had, growing pains. Now we know what, install crews we like to work with and stuff. But it's been an absolutely invaluable part of this experience, having someone you know and you trust as your rep, especially retooling. I mean, I spent more on these machines than I did on my house. So
that's what people have to realize. It has a big part to capital investment. What about other resources that have helped you along the way? We talked a little bit about the association, a little bit about events that you may have attended, or other people that you've networked with in the industry. So maybe share a little bit about some of the other resources that you've
moms groups. We tap into moms groups. We really, really like to get connected into the community. We really, really like to give back. So it's kind of why we created Laundry Ladies, is kind of to empower. We give women who have children who maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to work unless they do it while their children are at school. We employ women. It's very hard. We have one employee that goes home and puts her baby to sleep from 12 to 12:30 each day, and we accommodate that because that's just part of life. That's just part of momming. And that's just something that we are not going to penalize people for. And we want to be able to accommodate too. So we're very, very flexible. We're very forgiving of our employees. We're very patient because our employees are the heart of our business. If they don't believe in it, then so.
Well, you take good care of them and they're taking good care of you. And, and that's the way it's meant to be. So any other resources that you found to be helpful along the way in terms of learning the business and making those connections?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Yeah, I mean, Chamber of Commerce is always a good thing to join. Networking with City Hall, just going out there and feet on the pavement, getting to know people. You know, we have a Wednesday bedding special to where on Wednesdays we have a slew of beds come in for a discounted rate. We don't have to discount them, but it just keeps people on their toes. It's something to be like, hey, you know.
And Wednesday's typically the slow day.
Yes, it was.
Although I don't think you have many slow days here,
We
but
don't
Wednesday's
anymore,
typically
no.
the slow day.
Yeah, Sundays. But
Sundays?
yeah, well, not for the laundromat, not for self-serve, but yeah, Sundays and Saturdays have actually slowed down quite a bit. Full service laundry.
Full service, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got more on a business schedule.
Yeah.
So construction started on this second location today.
Yes.
So aside from making the commitment to do the ironer, how is it going to look different than
Oh, we have a drive-through.
a drive-through?
Yeah,
Tell
we
us
have
more.
And it's bigger. So we have a massive drive-through to where our girls will be able to unload from your car. And that is such a big deal. So many older people or disabled people need help with laundry. And so being able to offer that in a very consistent ability, like, just a consistent, ability to be able to see people coming up and just unloading their car. We have that on the side. That was our intention over there, but it's very hard to keep track of and make sure that we're not missing somebody. So we do have several clients that we go and get it out of, but it'll even accommodate 18-wheelers. There's a lot of people that drive across the country that always need their laundry done too.
Everybody needs laundry service.
Yeah.
Okay, so an ironer, a drive-through, anything else that you...
So much storage.
Storage.
So much storage.
Indoor?
I have indoor storage. Oh yeah, air conditioned.
A little warm today back there.
Yes, it's so warm. But we are putting that mini split. Yeah, I told you, but it will be temperature controlled. But yes, our new one has at least 800 square feet of just storage, workspace, shelving to the walls, the drive-through, 35 parking spots. I have 14 here. So
Megan, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to
Thank you.
to know a little bit more about you and the operation
Got
here.
you.
To see more inspiring videos about laundromats across the U.S., be sure to like and subscribe. To learn everything you need to know about starting your first laundromat, be sure to join CLA. Click the QR code and learn more. We had a great time meeting Megan at Westside Laundromat and the Laundry Ladies Laundry Service here in Weatherford, Texas. We'll see you next time.